human form is taken by a living being or any animal form of this world, that physical form is the outermost layer, the outermost sheath of the mental projection of the living being. All beings reside within the cosmic whole. All beings are projections within the cosmic mind. There is one existence, one being, one awareness, one consciousness. And within that whole arises the play of creation. And in the play of creation arises individual awareness. I exist. But that individual awareness is a reflection of the cosmic existence. The truth is, you do not exist separately. You are inherently a part of the cosmic existence, of the whole of being. That which you know is yourself is a sequence of creation within the cosmic frame. And due to that sequence of creation, a feeling comes, I exist. I am a unique individual associated with all of the actions and reactions of my experience. And I can do things in the world. And I can experience through senses of the body. But this body is only the outer sheath, the outer formation of you. Within it lies the remaining koshas, the remaining sheaths. This is the one called the food body because it is related to the consumption of food to maintain it. Anumaya kosha, food. But within it lies the mental frame, manomaya kosha, the desire mind that expresses intention through the senses, and the mind that reflects, reasons, understands. And beyond that, the intuitional mind, the intuitive spiritual connectedness, and then the mind of knowledge, true knowledge, and that of bliss. All of these layers of mind are connected, for they all lie within the cosmic mind. They are the creation of consciousness and nature, Purusha and Prakriti. So that within this conscious flow, there is the awakening of consciousness within the individual, that the first awareness is of the body, of the senses, and of the capacities of expression. Those are the awakening of consciousness in the physical world. But without intentions and desires, there is nothing to express. So there is the expression of the desire mind. And without the subtler mind that thinks and reasons and wants to express, what is the point of having desires or a physical body? So all of the layers of mind become more and more solid until in the physical form they are material. So the physical form is not unrelated to the desire mind, to the rational mind and the mental functions and the emotions, and even to the intuitional mind and the blending in the cosmic mind of Vijnanamaya Kosha and Hiranyamaya Kosha, the divine awareness of the whole, which brings bliss in the mind. So all of these layers are like a telescope focusing in to the condensed layer of the physical form. So when you speak of the health and well-being of the physical form, it is not apart from the health and well-being of the whole of the manifestation. And what is this outer layer but a condensation of mental structure that we call physical? But within the cosmic mind, it is not physical, it is a mental projection. It lasts for a time and then fades. And the evolution of being goes on. Illness often comes because there is a need or desire for an expression that cannot be fulfilled. It comes because the passions of the mind have overdone the capacities of the body and exhausted it. It comes because there is a lack of alignment between the physical structure and the subtle body structure. The subtle mind and the physical form become out of alignment. And then there is a sense of dis-ease. This happens, we think, in germ theory because we were exposed to a germ or something that has disturbed the body. But why have we been exposed to that? And why has it affected us and not someone else? Because there is a receptivity in the mind and body, a need for a shift, a change. Suffering comes in many forms, physical and psychic. Pain comes in many forms, and pain is not, we think, oh, I have pain because something is wrong with my spine or something is wrong with an organ, but reality is it can be wrong and there can be no pain. So the pain is a combination of experience. And all physical problems are a combination of experience. They have an emotional, psychological component, a physical component. And underneath both of these, they have a sanskaric component. It is a reaction of the mind, a need for something. And so that tendency of mind leads to a discomfort of the mind or the body. There is, as I have recently said, a natural evolutionary process of aging, meaning that more and more the organs of the body, as life goes on, begin to break down, that certain functions of the nervous system or the different organs begin to degenerate, slowly or quickly. It is a natural process. There is a limited time in human form. There is nothing wrong. Would you wear the same clothes day after day after day until they are holes in them and they are old and dirty? No. You take them off, you get a new set for the next day. Like this, the days of our incarnation come and go. Some, these days are short, some they are long. In some species, they are very long. By how we measure time. But time is again a subjective projection of the mind. You can live 100 years in a day of the earth in subjective time, or it can go by like that. So there is no specific measurement of time. It is a subjective experience. Likewise, the ills of the body are the subjective experience of the projection of mind. They are a blend of mind and body that comes from the subtle body and the karmic, sanskaric potentials that need to be expressed. If a person is stuck in their life, they have a good life, perhaps, but within them is a pending pressure. They may not even consciously be aware of it, but there is deep within them. Many call it in the subconscious mind. I would call it in the karmic patterns of an individual, in their sanskara. There is a deep potential for something else to happen, but the individual is stuck. And sometimes the solution comes. through a traumatic experience, through an emotional mental breakdown, or a physical breakdown. These are avenues of change. Transformation from one level to another requires great change. Even transition from one karmic pattern to another requires change. And that often requires the breakdown of what has been, something that stops what has been and starts something new. That often manifests as physical ailments or psychic ailments, or both. They are melded like this because their origin does not lie in the mind nor in the body, but in the subtle karmic patterns, the sanskaras, the reactions to past experiences held in potential in the mind, the need to be expressed, these potential feelings and ideas. This understanding of self needs to change. So short illnesses occur, long illnesses occur, and illnesses that lead to the letting go of the form of the moment. That is not a tragedy. It is a grief for those who will miss the person, but it is allowing that which is hidden in potential to find expression. It is transition and often transformation. Because when incarnated in physical form, the subtle vision is blocked from the conscious awareness by the physicality of form. And only through intuitional practice of some manner does that open up. Otherwise, the mind remains associated with expression through the body. The hidden patterns in the subconscious mind or within the basket of karma, one by one arise to the surface as they are allowed to express through the form. If you have a certain expression, even if the person has a great spiritual enlightenment, they are in a car accident and they receive a brain injury, that enlightened consciousness will not be able to fully manifest through that physical form. The intelligence may be affected. It does not mean it does not remain. It means that it gets pulled back into potential because it cannot express through that vehicle. But perhaps something else can express through that vehicle. Some unresolved sanskara becomes able to be expressed. Perhaps the need to be taken care of by others. Perhaps the guilt of the mistreatment of others causes a person to be mistreated, to experience this. So, like this, it goes on. You can see it in even groups of people. You will find a group of people persecuted by another group of people. And then you will notice that same group of people, some years later, when they are out of that situation, will persecute another group. You will find that a parent who has been abused as a child may abuse their own children. Why? These karmic patterns move forward, both collectively and individually. When they are formed, they tend to repeat themselves. You may not remember the past where it occurred. Either you were a young child or it occurred in another life. And it moves forward in this life. Hope, love, compassion, these are very positive. And if you can maintain them, if you can see the light through the darkness of a painful experience, if you can see love even in the shadow and recognize the shadow as part of the dance of creation and love it for what it is, then you become able to be in a field of love that is undisturbed. You become closer to the divine. For that one loves all, be they harsh and mean, or be they kind and loving. That one loves all. All are the children of the great. All are near and dear. No one is insignificant or unimportant. Each and every one is loved unconditionally. There is a shower of grace falling on every single one of you, on every living being, for all are a part of the whole of being. It is the dream of separation that causes the pain. And it is the body-mind experience that awakens and supports the dream of I and thou. Love is transcendent, transformative, omnipresent. when you let it in your heart, you love all. And even when the heart breaks, it is in deepest love. What will be in the vast dance of creation. What is. Stop rejecting what is. Start loving unconditionally. Can you do this? It takes a great deal of acceptance. Pain, whether it be physical or psychic, is difficult to endure. But if it is seen as just another passing form of the infinite, and if it is loved and cared for, as all things are, and accepted, it somehow loses its bite. Grief and loss are a part of human life also.